I'll call the regular meeting of the Owensboro Public School Board of Education to order. Dr. Brake.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to see our visitors and welcome our visitors tonight. We've had a great start to the school year. As we've reported previously, our enrollment is up this year. It's up enough to be experiencing growth, but not up too much to where we're having growing pains. So our staff and everyone has done a terrific job of getting things ramped up, and we've had a smooth start and just a great opening of school. Our enrollment right now, without the preschool, which will officially start next week, is 4,830. So once we put another 300 on top of that, we'll be above where we were last year, and again over the 5,000 mark as far as our head count. So that's a good thing for our district and for our community. We are continuing with a lot of work on our facilities. The Newton Parish project is just about completely done, and the school looks great. It's going to be a terrific addition over there. We're excited to cut the ribbon here later in the fall to show off what we have now in that facility. And of course, we're going to continue working on several improvements. We're working on the Gateway Academy at our 11th Street Old Central office, and so we're excited about everything there. And we're also excited tonight to have JA and to have some folks from our law enforcement community and recognize them for some of the work that we've been doing, and we can move on with those recognitions.
Great. School safety recognitions, Sheriff Keith Cain and General Alan Youngman. Dr. Brake.
And I'm going to come here to our podium and get set up for the way we'll do things. We can see everybody the way we've got it set up. Throughout last year, particularly after the tragic events that occurred in our state with Marshall County and of course in Parkland, Florida, we felt the need to refresh our staff on the latest procedures and activities related to school safety. And although we had received this training before, we felt like it was necessary to do a little more in preparing our students, our staff, in the event that such a tragedy should occur in one of our schools and or on our campuses. We've got a great partnership with the Owensboro Police Department. We've had school resource officers. We've got adopt-a schools. They serve us extremely well, but by Kentucky statute, it's mandated that the Sheriff's Department in each county provide assistance in addressing the emergency response concerns for schools in the county. And so we are very blessed in this county to have a Sheriff's Department with some of the most exceptional trainers and best experts around that know what they're doing when it comes to helping us keep our students and our staff as safe as they can possibly be. So tonight we've invited Sheriff Keith Cain and his team, led by Retired General Alan Youngman, who's an OHS graduate and a member of the OHS Hall of Fame. They've been working with our staff on how to respond to crisis situations, and although you hope for the best, our staff is now prepared should such an event occur, thanks to the hard work and the dedication of the gentleman from the Sheriff's Department. And I know Sheriff Cain is here in the back, and I think we have some other members of law enforcement. If you guys would come forward, we've just got some token of appreciation and recognition for you all. I don't believe General Youngman could be here tonight. Is that correct?
That is correct. He sent his regrets, but he had another commitment in Warren County, so he couldn't be with us.
We know he's busy. Appreciate you coming, Sheriff. Appreciate you coming. Also, Mr. Smith. So we're going to do a quick photo op here. And if you want to say anything to the board, feel free to do that. So,
ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
we just mainly want to recognize your all's work and commitment to
Thank you.
what we've done. So, thank you.
Dr. Drake and members of the board, I won't take but just a couple of minutes of your time, but I wanted to thank each of you for the support that you have given law enforcement, both the Owensboro Police Department as well as my organization, in the partnership that we have, and it's important that you understand that we do view this as a partnership. The training that we provide builds on what the Owensboro Police Department has already in the past done. We believe in our heart of hearts that the simplistic steps that we have outlined to your staff, if they follow those, we empower them to, should an event that we all pray will never occur in any of our schools here in our community, but if it does, if they follow those 6 simplistic steps that we have provided to them, that we will empower them to minimize the loss of life and save the lives of the children that are entrusted to them. We take that responsibility very seriously at the Sheriff's Department, as the Owensboro Police Department does, and we wanted to thank each and every one of you for allowing us to come in to provide what we believe will be very beneficial to each and every one of us. So thank you for having us here today.
Thank you. Okay, Volunteer Service Award Junior Achievement, Dan Douglas, President of Junior Achievement of Western Kentucky.
Thank you. I've got some helpers today. I'd like to come up, and maybe one of my staff members can help with the items. These are students in 1st grade and 3rd grade. I know at least one of them is at Sutton Elementary, and they're also our children on our staff too. So thanks again for this opportunity to make some announcements from the White House. This is not fake news. This is real. Sorry, that's probably a bad joke. Well, as always, we would like to thank Dr. Brake and the school board members for the opportunity to always make this annual announcement. I'm here tonight to highlight the efforts of 4 local organizations and 3 individuals who've made a tremendous impact in Owensboro Public Schools through their partnership and support of Junior Achievement. This past school year, Junior Achievement served 125 of your classrooms and reached over 3,000 students with JA's impactful financial literacy, work readiness, and entrepreneurship education. Over the last 10 years, actually, we've expanded JA programs and services to OPS students by 51% over the last 10 years. In any given year, we're now serving 64% of all of your students. And by the time they graduate, 100% of your students are receiving 5 to 8 JA impact points before they graduate. So thank you. The President's Volunteer Service Award, as you know, comes from the White House. It has sustained itself through different changes in administration and parties. And tonight, the groups and individuals that we recognize certainly have answered the call to be worthy of a presidential distinction in volunteer service. So on behalf of President Trump and the White House and the members of the President's Council on Volunteer and Civic Participation, it's my honor to announce and recognize the valuable contributions of these individuals and organizations. I think we're going to have the picture here, and Dr. Brake, school board members, if you'd like to be part of the picture, that would be wonderful. Are you all ready to be? Oh yeah, look at those faces. They're ready to be part of the picture as well. So we've got the award, we've got a letter from President Trump, and then they will have their service pins as well. So first, Independence Bank. Independence Bank, representing them, Scott McCain and Suzanne Story, volunteered 223 hours, 8 volunteers during this past school year. So receiving the honor, again, Scott McCain, Suzanne Story, representing Independence Bank. Oh, thank you. Well, this is probably if you're lucky.
I'll let you guys hold this up. get a picture here with
These are
the
the cutest
kiddos.
ones. Yeah, put them in front.
Why don't you guys take two little baby steps forward, and we'll let
Yeah,
couple,
they're the
we'll let,
Come over this way.
yeah, you can jump in behind them. There we go. That's.
Come over this way, just a hair.
Just a hand.
To your right. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. And I'll get one more. All right.
All right.
Suzanne's got there's some lapel pins as well.
Thank you.
Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you all.
Appreciate all your support.
Oh, thank you.
See you later, ladies. Old National Bank is next. 288 hours last school year. 14 different volunteers from Old National Bank provided regional volunteers here at Owensboro Public Schools as well as Henderson and Muhlenberg County. And of note, they have received this presidential recognition every year since 2008. Representing them tonight is Sarah O'Brien.
Perfect. 1, 2, 3. One more.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Old National Bank, for your commitment. Thank you. Russia University, I was teasing Father about pretty much buying up all of downtown as that university continues to grow and expand to support our kids after high school graduation. Russia's a great partner for junior achievement. They had 25 volunteers from faculty and staff to students, provide over 368 hours of volunteer service in your schools. And that was a 75% increase over the last school year. So Father Hostetter, Emily Ward, thank you all so much for your commitment and support of junior achievement.
1, 2, 3, and one more. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all so much. Emily, we appreciate everything you do for us.
Thank you.
U.S. Bank and U.S. Bank Home Mortgage, obviously a huge employee group here in our community, have done something for the second year in a row that previously no other company in town has done, which is to earn the highest level of distinction from the White House of this award. It's the gold level for 1,218 hours of volunteer service in schools from 68 different U.S. Bank and U.S. Bank Home Mortgage volunteers, earning that gold level status for the second year in a row. Nathan Hunt and Patty Millay with U.S. Bank Home Mortgage are here tonight. Thank you, Nathan and Patty, so much for everything you do.
Thank
Thank you very much. Here you want to go. Did you put that out there?
One. Oh, camera went off. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and one more. All right.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks, Dan.
Pass that on to David as well.
Yeah, you know he'll get it for sure.
First thing in the morning.
Beyond our organizations, we have some tireless and faithful annual volunteer individuals for junior achievement, ranging anywhere from, we had one individual teach 29 different JA classes. And she's still employed at her current employer, which is a feat as well, I think, to be out that much and still have that job. But these volunteers, many of them, we've called their names year after year after year for their dedication. So 3 individuals tonight. First is a recent retiree from Southern Star, Central Gas Pipeline, Dave Roberts, past JA board member, and he volunteered over 100 hours individually, personally, in the school system.
Make you look good. Make you look pretty. Make you look pretty.
1, 2, 3, and look up here. 1, 2, 3. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks. You're going to see a trend here. And it's not because they volunteer too much for JA. I should have known not to say that first thing up. But also recently retired from Southern Star is Mark Dorwin, who volunteered 140 hours during this past school year in your schools. Mark?
Thanks, Mark. Got something for you there. Thank you, Coach.
One, two, three, and one more. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Thank you.
And last but not least is Don Kelly, retired from Glenmore Distilleries, another former JA board member. He remembers the good old days 13 years ago, was our treasurer for a number of years, but volunteered 132 hours in your schools this past school year. Don, thank you so much.
Look back row.
There we go.
There we go.
Here, get these beautifications in front of us.
That's right. All right. 1, 2, 3. And let me get one more here. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Thanks for coming, Craig.
Again, to all of the organizations, individuals, thank you so much for your commitment to junior achievement. We really appreciate it. I think, ladies, we're through now. Y'all can go back to mom and dad. School board members, again, thank you for your partnership. Thank you for allowing JA in your schools and giving up that chalkboard space. I know you share with me that maybe the kids today make up about 26% of our population, but they are 100% of our future. And thanks for us being a part of that.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Dan.